The important is not to have a lot of time with your child or your children, but to have a good time without phone, without tablet, without no screen. I was teacher in 3 to 6 during 9 years. After I was like head teacher, and after I was the principal of the school, my husband also who helped me, and he said to me, "Okay, now Nadia, you have the opportunity to open your school with your dream." The philosophy of Montessori is to develop the human being, because sometimes we give too much toys. It's about social skill, motor skill, emotional skill, and cognitive skill and the brain. It's very important for the parents to think that we can't be perfect. We can't be perfect, because if we want to be perfect, we make a lot of pressure for the children.
Yes.
Also, it's a balance.
So first of all, thank you so much for welcoming me today at the Montessori School in Nice. That's right.
Yes.
So could you tell me what is it that you do for the Montessori School in Nice?
Why?
What is it that you
do? What is Montessori School?
No, what is it that you do?
What I do in Montessori School. I am the principal of the school. I'm here to help the children for pedagogical parts, to follow the children, to help the teacher, to help the parents also. And I'm here to have the most fabulous school, and with a lovely environment. It's my dream. Yeah. All the time when people ask me, what is this school? It's my dream. All the time when in my way, I think, if I have my school, if I have the principal of the school, he have enough money, because we need money to have a lovely school. Mm. What you want for the children? Yeah. And now it's here. we all the time we need to think, and to adapt and to change, because one day is not like another day. Yeah. But step by step, it's really a dream for me to come here every day, and step by step, it's really what I have in my head.
Yeah. And because I can't see in your head, so what is it that you have in your head for how this school should work?
In my head, it's a school who are in peace, all together, like a manager, to work in team, and not just my dream. I want to have, when I have some colleague, I ask to them what you want, what the best school it is for you also. And we can build this dream all together. And for me, it's very important to have a staff to be in link, and to build together the dream we have. That is the first point, is to have not just me, but a team to work together for the best for the children. Yeah. Because the Montessori classroom, it's an environment. It's in part of the environment. It's a teacher. It's materiel Montessori, very clear materiel Montessori AMI, Association Montessori International. It's an association who the teacher has a diploma to be a teacher Montessori. We need to have this teacher. The material, all material to develop the knowledge and the competencies of the children. And also the mixed age. In the classroom Montessori, we have the children of mixed age. It's 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, all together, and 12 to 11 to 15, and 15 to 18. And that is very important part of the Montessori curriculum, is to have the mixed age in this environment, to develop the autonomy and independence of the child, to work together and to work with the teacher. The teacher is a guide. He's not the teacher like I know and you don't know. I show you, and after you can manipulate the material to do by yourself and to think by yourself. And that it's very important for us, like a Montessori school, to follow the rules of IMI, the rules of the Dr. Maria Montessori. And that is very important for the people to know Montessori school. There are a lot of Montessori school, but it's very important to know and to see if the teacher has a IMI diploma.
All right. So that kind of brings me immediately to the question: what is different compared to the normal schooling?
The difference is because we follow the development of the child. It's is not to follow just the knowledge. It's follow the what Montessori said. It's the natural development of the child, about motor skill, about cognitive skill, about social skill. And we adapt the material we have to help the children to do by himself, by themselves. And the children, we don't know what they can do. We observe the children, and when we observe the children, we give the food, like the food for the brain. We give the food for the food for the stomach. We give the food for the brain to develop, and that is, I mean, very important differences about the school, because the public school or traditional school, it's because the traditional school works about the knowledge and what they need to know in this time. In Montessori, we are here to follow the rhythm of the children and the competencies of the children. If the children go fast, we go fast with the children. If we have the children who needs more help, more support, we give the support he needs to develop their own competencies. And it's very important for us to follow the children step by step, and each children, because all children is different. And we can't say, okay, today we do that with everybody because I decide to do this lesson today for all group. No, because there are some children who needs more that, and the children who needs more that. And they works in emulation, and they works in independence in the classroom. There's the freedom to choose the work, but the freedom is with a limit. They can't do what they want, but they can choose what they want to do during the day. And the guide, the teacher, the guide, is here to say, oh, today you do that, oh, perhaps you could do that also, to help the children to choose if the children can't choose. And step by step, the children develop mathematic mind, language, cultural, geography, biology, motor skill, social skill, and that is very important. And we develop also the competencies of empathy, to talk, because there are a lot of time with the children when they fight, because it's not because it's Montessori, it's not the children, it's the children, and they need to learn how you develop the competencies of social skill. But we talk, oh, you do that, oh, look, how we feel, what I can do before, what you could do another time. And it's very important, this time of social skill. And for the bigger one, because like for the 3 to 6, it's more hard to explain, to reasoning. But for the 6 to 12, there are a lot of time we talk about the rules, about the problem, to the conflict with the children, and they try to solve the problem all together. and to work all together, to be like a collaboration, and to have some project who all children, I'm more comfortable for reading, and you, because it's mixed age, and you me, I'm more comfortable for writing, and you I'm more comfortable for draw. Okay, if we have a project all together, perhaps we could do that. Me, I could do that, and we share the competencies to do the same projects and to have the goals of the project. And that in Montessori is very important, because it's to develop the social skill to work with everybody in the world, to say, okay, you don't know that, I know that, but you know that something, and I don't know that. But if we share, if we are all together, we can go faster, and we can grow together. And that is very, very important, to develop the social skill for the life, but also to develop the sense of gratitude and the sense of peace. To say, okay, we are not same, but we need to work together. And if we work together, the world is better. That is also a part very important of the curriculum of Montessori, and the philosophy of Montessori is to develop the human being like a human, like one human being of the earth, and to develop the peace.
Yeah.
Education for peace.
Sounds like an incredible supportive environment.
Yeah.
And do you? I mean, it sounds incredible. First of all, I've not been to a Montessori school, but I think I would have benefited a lot from going to one. But do you see some good long-term effects? How do you measure if what the outcome is, basically?
I'm working in Montessori school since 25 years now.
Yeah.
I began when I was 24 years old. And I have a lot of children now in the company, or they doing they go to the university, and almost children, they take of us the sense of peace, what I said to you, and the collaboration to work, to say, okay, that it's a very important parts. And also it's almost children who wants to be to go everywhere, to wants to very curious people, to adapt, to change the mind, and to have the argument, to talk, but not in fight, but to talk with lot of respect, because they learn this and that. It's very, I think it's more important, like mathematics or language, that everywhere we could learn that. But in Montessori, we learn the knowledge because you use the material, and it's very concrete, to go to the abstraction. And the children, after the school, they can go and make some as a study in the university, lot of mathematics. There are a lot of, they love mathematics in Montessori, because the material is just amazing to show the children. And we have a lot of engineer after school, because I talk a lot with Facebook. No publicité. J'ai pas le droit de dire de la publicité. But and I keep in touch with my child. I had when they are 3 years old in my first school, and yes, the Montessori people and citizen, it's really a sense of part of the cosmic world. It's not just my country, my life. It's also people who think about everybody, to know about if I do that, what's happened for the other. The sense of interdependence, to thinking about what the consequences also of my act, because and that is really in 6 to 12, and then 12 to 15, who develop this sense of of thinking, because it's what we said in 0 to 6, the first plant of development in Montessori. We say the children develop the competencies of self-confidence and independence, language, order. And in 6 to 12, it's more help me to think by myself, because it's 0 to 6 it's absorber mind, and 6 to 12 is reasoning mind, and after it's social mind. And it's this plan of development is very important to follow, because we know for each plan there's something to build, and we need to follow that, and we can show the adult after to have the lovely competencies to be with everybody.
Yeah, and you can stay in a Montessori school system until university or college, or
there are some college until 15 and 18, but not in French, not at all, because it's very difficult. If you want to open a school, you need to be very strong, because we are a lot of difficulties to with the administration parts. In France, it's very more difficult, like other country, and the curriculum also public school. We need to follow the curriculum of public school, and
because you have an obligation to have everyone at a certain level in society.
Yeah,
right?
It's not because we are private, we don't follow the curriculum of public school, and that it's for me it's normal. We don't know. I have a child here this year, but we don't know for next year. Perhaps they change of country, or they can change of just city, and there are no Montessori school. The children need to have the same level. Like another children, and normally the children was in Montessori, they are more level, because the material help them to go fast, because it's very concrete, and almost children in 3 to 6 at 6 years old can read, because it's not because we decide, it's because the brain of the child. And now the neuro psychologue and the neuroscientific has a lot of article about the brain, about the knowledge and language, and almost children could be learn to read before 6. And if we saw the children and observe the children, you can see that, and you can see the children can read before 6. And that we follow the children.
It is very interesting, because I think if you would have started this you started 25 years ago, right? So it probably was a little bit more difficult to get this idea to people. Now there has been a lot more studies done and research. It's incredibly interesting. So can you zoom in?
I was like extraterrestre.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's Montessori. It's fabulous. It's for me sometimes. Okay.
You're on a different planet again.
Yes, exactly.
But can you zoom in a little bit more about why it is difficult, or what it takes to set up a school in France? Because you mentioned that it's very difficult. Did you start the school yourself?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything. Not just me. I have my husband also, who helped me. He was he has a company. There are some years ago, and he decided to sell his company, and he said to me, "Okay, now Nadia, you have the opportunity to open your school with your dream." I said, "Okay, are you sure? Because my dream is very big. It's not just a little bit a dream." And he had me like a financial support. But before him, I had a lot of people to work with me to say, "Nadia, we would like to have a school with you. Could you help me? Could you?" But
so there are so many things to talk about there. But what was it when your husband said, "All right, Nadia, I know this is your dream. Let's build it together." Where did you start it?
We start there 3.5 years. It was in January 21.
21.
First COVID, second COVID, part of that. Also, it was my part of my reflection because I was with my child, and when I worked with him one by one because no school, I saw some. Yes, for me it was just okay. Now perhaps you have the experience because.
So sorry, let me rewind a little bit back. So you started 25 years ago in the Montessori system.
I begin or I open?
Yeah. So you worked for a Montessori school since roughly 25 years?
Yes.
All right. And you opened your school relatively recently? Or was that?
Yes.
All right. So that was 3 or 4 years ago?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so you worked for quite a long time in that system, so you knew it.
I was teacher in 3 to 6 during 9 years. After I follow the training to be a teacher, because for each plan we need to follow the training to be a teacher. 3 to 6, I was a training for 3 to 6 AMI. I worked like teacher. And in 6 to 12, I followed the training and I worked with the children. But after I was like head teacher, and after I was a principal of the school, but it was not my school. You could have the responsibility of the school in France, like a directrice of the school, but it's not my school. It was a financial people who wants to have a school and to open a school and to ask me to have a job to be a principal of the school.
So then you decided to start your own school.
Exactly. Because all the time when I asked to do that, no, we can't. Oh no, the money, we don't have the money. Oh no. And I said, it was so frustration because when you work with the children and you know what is good for them, you want to have that for them. And it's so hard because it's not your money and you can't say, okay, please, it's a balance of economical parts and also what you want for the children. And sometimes for me, yes, it's too much because in my school you have theater, you have arts and crafts, you have dance, you have sport, you have music, and that is part of the school. And some people say, oh, okay, we don't need to give everything to the children. You don't need to have some teachers to come from outside to do that. And for me, it's no, because for me it's important to have a global education. And yes, in other school I was so frustrated. And when I came here because it was just a story. It's a very strange life. I never came in this before. I came here because I have my best friend to say, okay, Nadia, their Montessori school was in a liquidation judiciaire. And she said, perhaps you could buy it. Yeah. And I said, in Nice? Oh, in Nice, I don't like Nice. It's only old people. I have that in my head. She said, and because I came there, 30 years ago. And it's completely changed. Thank you, Estrosi, for the city. But and I came here, and we decided to give to go to see this school, and we saw the environment and the teacher. And I said to my husband, no, I can't take this school. We go back in Paris, and we try to find a space to have a school, because the first idea came of that, because she said, oh, it's a Montessori school, perhaps you could have your own school here. And it was in January, and here in January it was just amazing. And I said to my husband, okay, you just said your company, there's the sun, the beach, and it was lovely. Perhaps we could move here and to find something to have my own school. And we begin to with my architect, because he loved my project, because my project is not just Montessori, it's also Montessori inclusive, to have some space for children with special needs.
Okay.
I have that, and my architect love my project and say, okay, I didn't do a school before, but I would like to help you. And he came with me every day to check. And I don't know how many places we see, because we saw, because to have a school is not just a space, it's also to think about the agrément for ERP, to have some children inside. And me, I didn't know that, and the architects know, to see on the plan of the for the house, if we could have a school or something in the house or not. We saw some place, and they are the article to say no school in this place, no, and say, oh my God, I love this place. Yes, but here you can't. And about the streets also, if we have any space for the car, to put the car. The steps to arrive until here, it was just so hard. And the most hard, it's when we begin to have the authorization to have the construction, to do the comment on dit les travaux?
To do the works, the renovation.
We need to put these folders for authority to say, okay, we want to have the renovation with this, and they say, okay, but now you have a house, because it was a house, and you want to have a school. We need to have a compensation. We need to give some money, because you use some the house for people to transform for commercial thing.
All right.
And you need to pay, because it's a protection of needs, and also for the big city, because there are a lot of Airbnb.
Oh yeah, of course.
And say, what? We need what? Compensates? How? What? It was like almost 8,800
In French.
and 800,000 of million to have this compensation. I say, no, mais it's not possible. We open a school, inclusive school. It's for children. It's not to have a restaurant or to have a bar or to have a discotheque.
Yeah.
It's and we begin to have to have in front of the administration, and we decide to go to the justice to say,
really?
okay, yes,
Go to court.
and say, okay, it's not fair. And this law about Airbnb, exactly, it was just 1 month before we signed with a notaire.
Yeah.
And nobody knows that. Architect, we have 3 architects. Notaire, everybody. Nobody knows about this new law.
Yeah.
And step by step, I crossed some people. And it's for that, for me, just it's like a miracle. I don't know. I meet someone in the bakery, and I saw him, and I cried, because you just after the judgment, because the judgment, it was, it's not important. We can't say now. You need to go far if you want to continue to be in front of the administration. And he saw me and said, why you cry? You're so cute. Why you cry? I said, because, blah, 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 and explain. He said, I know someone who has the deputy of here. It's Pradal. Mm-hmm. And if you want, you give me the folders and I can talk to you, to him about you.
Yeah.
And I have some exchange also with Laura Isrosi by Instagram. And I have a mom of my school who said, because before I open here, in my story, it's another story. Before I open in Macarani, a little space.
Okay.
Before have to be here, because for renovation, I can't have a school, and I need to have a school for my son, and also to have a school for other people. And it was great to have a little school before to have the big school.
Yeah.
And the mother said, no, you know, I know someone who works with Anthony Boré. I said, instantly. And he said, I can talk about your problem. And my husband sent an email to LinkedIn to the secretary of Estrosi also. And, you know, it was like,
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle. And I chat with Laura, and I called with the secretary of Mr. Pradal, and And suddenly the secretary said, okay, we have your orders. We think it's a big mistake of administration. We agree with you because your project is just amazing, what you want to do with the children with special needs. And we want to help you. And in May in 22, we lost time, but May in 22, they decide.
2020, you mean?
2020.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
2022.
Yeah.
In May. 2022.
Yeah.
They decide to have a law for all projects with intérêt général and
general interest.
Yeah, general interest, and also with inclusion. For inclusion, they decide a law in May for everybody, not just for us, and that is. My family said, it's a Nadia law or Montessori law. We could say that no competencies if you want to open something for general interest or inclusion.
That is incredible.
And that is, I cried.
That was a massive relief for you.
After that in May, I cried so much. I cried before, but I
for a different reason.
Yes, I was so, okay, I know it's hard, but when we have that in final, it's not just for me. Yeah. It's not just it's for the children here, but it's also for all people who wants to have a real project for human being. Yeah. Because that is for children, but you can have a project for adults with special needs, or for adults to help, or for it doesn't matter. It's okay.
And they are the most important years for children, and then they become the next generation. So
exactly, but also for people, for old people to have, if you want to have something, a space for them to have, we can't pay. It's not fair. Yeah. Because it's so hard to want this project, and you need to pay for what?
So could you tell me about what the business is of a school? Because there must be some financial interest and benefit to it as well, right?
That part, it was more my husband who could talk, because it's part of him. He made the business plan with me, because he said, okay, for this classroom, you need how many children, how many teacher, and okay, we want an assistant for that. We need it's like a company, you know. We don't want to it's company, but also like association, because we don't want to have money. We don't want to have money for us.
We want money to develop things. Exactly. Not to personally benefit.
Exactly.
Well.
My salary, for example, is not a big salary like, we have it's like a teacher because I'm teacher first. And it's to have a balance, because if you are not a balance, it's very important for the teacher to explain that also. Yeah. Because if you are not a balance, you close it. You close the door. You close the You you close the school, and it's not the goals. We create a SCE to buy the house.
Yeah.
My husband and me, and after we create another SCE for the school.
Okay.
And
I thought
we rent.
Just to clarify, an SAE, that is a special company structure in France, right?
Yes, exactly.
But it's only for real estate, or can you also use it for other purposes?
You can for both.
Right, okay.
And for my, because first I said to my husband, why you don't so association like a lot of Montessori? He said because for association you can't do some benefits. And he said, we don't know why. It's not because you have a lovely project we can't have a benefits.
Yeah.
If you work and you can have a benefit to open another school and to have other projects. And he said that it's part of association he doesn't like. And we rent, the school rents the space to the other company. You know, it's like a balance with own company.
One of your one SAE, basically, one company gets money from the other for rent. So one is paying for the building and construction and all that.
Exactly.
And the other one is only for the educational part.
Exactly. Yeah. And because this house, it was also because to protect me, because in our life, we are not. He has some children, and I have my children, and to say, okay, if I have something, this house is your house. It's to protect me, to say, okay, now and you can.
Because can you actually live here? Is it still used as a house, or is it entirely transformed into a school?
No, we don't live here because we don't have space to live here. We use almost. We can use the because there are a flat. It's function. Appartement function. We can use that like that. But for me, it was not a good idea to live in the same place of the school because I work a lot. And if I live in my school, I think I pass all my life in the school. But we could.
You need the separation as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We could. I have my office here, and my husband have an office also here. He's not here every day. He's here sometime. But we don't want to. And we have space for the teacher to take a break. We have another kitchen for them. We have space to be more comfortable for the teacher. Yeah. But it's not and if the teacher one time who needs to live here, why not? It's a flat for that.
Sorry to cut you off there, but how many floors do you have? You have 4 or 3?
You have here one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh wow! 5 floors. That is a lot.
But for the school, for the classroom, it's 3.
3, all right.
Yes, 3.
And how many usable space do you have in terms of square meters?
It's 550.
550 square meters, okay.
And we have another space, but it's not part of here, behind, for the 2 to 3. A little classroom. Okay. We build that also. They are 180 square meter for them.
Okay. So that's entirely dedicated to the very little ones.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a garden for the bigger one and little one to have a vegetable and fruit to use for cooking also. Yeah. We have hen.
Really?
Yes, we have hen. We have since 2 months now.
Oh wow. That's good.
Yeah. It's step by step. It's begin my dream. I need turtle. I need a
I
rabbit.
love turtles. Never had one, but I just love how they move.
I love it, my favorite animal. And because normally in Montessori we need to have one species of each character. Reptile, birds, mammals, and fish. Because the children love to take care of the animals, and it's very important because if they take care of the animals, they can have the sense of also they know why their animals is here, and they develop the sense of wall. And we need everything is for that we have a vegetable also because
vegetable garden.
For the garden it's very important to see the seed and to be patient. I want to eat. You say there are tomatoes. Yes, but it's not like that. You need to wait. You need to see. You need to observe, and also to say thank you, because now we have tomatoes to eat. And you need to take care of environment. You know, we in Montessori we want to give the sense of gratitude of everything, and not because you are afraid, but because you know what it is, and you know what the life take to give us.
I think that is also one of the things that is going incredibly wrong at this point in time. Because I don't know how you see it, but I've been observing it a little bit in the world as well. To give an example about food, I mean, back in the days, we only consumed what we could eat. Well, very much back in the days, we had to hunt for food, so it was even more difficult, and we had to really search for it. But now we are overproducing in such incredible quantities that we are over-consuming everything. Everything is in the excessives, in my opinion at least. And I think we need to kind of come to the realization again that good things take time, that not everything is unlimited. There is a limited supply, and you cannot eat strawberries, for example, the entire year because they're only grown in a certain period of time.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you create incredible,
it's very important,
sensible
and
people.
to say yes, now they say, we would like tomatoes. You say no, it's not now. They arrive because they arrive in summer, and also we have compost here to develop the sense of compost. Is important because you use what you have, what you eat, to have in the earth, and you use what you are in the earth to put in the vegetable in the garden, and it's the link. It's very important.
Back to the earth, you take it.
Exactly. It's just, and we have Tom. Tom is a gardener who come one time by month to give workshop for the children, to explain it's just because for me it's very important to have the specialist, because the specialist love and it's passion, and when you talk with the passion to the children, you give the passion to the children. And because yes, I could take children and I make a vegetable with them, or to do that, or theater, or dance, but when you have a specialist, they give them to it's you give the best because you love what you do. You do, and for me, it's very important for the children to show that, to say, doesn't care what you want to do. The important is to follow what you want to do. Follow you and follow your own way. And no pressure of the society, no pressure of the parents. It is hard for the parents when I talk about that to say, your child, you say, no, I don't want to do that. I would like to do that when I was bigger, or I was grown. That is a little bit, but it's to be in peace, for everybody. You need to be in peace for you, and you need to be happy every day with the people. And if they choose a work and you go to the work every day with a passion because you love what you do, it's the best of human being.
Absolutely,
And,
yeah. You only get one life, you need to take full advantage of it, right?
When we saw the children here, they work every day, a lot of working, because it's not play, it's a work. When they use the material, mathematics, material language, they work and they love what they do. They are so interested with the material, and they love the school. They love to come to school every day, and and for me, it's very important, because if you are happy, you can be happy with others.
Yeah.
And yes, perhaps my son is not engineer or not doctor or not. Yeah, for me, it's not a problem for that.
No.
If he wants to be a player or to be, I don't know what. If every day he saw me and say, "Oh, mommy, I'm so happy," it's it's the goals of the life is it's to contribute of the society. That is very important, and that is Montessori. We develop that step by step, because in cosmic education, the children knows we have rules to do, like human being, to develop, to continue to the progress, to continue to be all together, to be interdependent.
Mm-hmm.
That the sense of, okay, I need to have a part of the life to do something. It's not to say, okay, I would like to do nothing, because that is not true. The people, the human being wants to work.
Yeah.
They love work. It's a human tendencies.
Yeah.
If you see the anthropology and you see the human being in the beginning, there works a lot to do. Mm-hmm. But if you don't like to work, it's because you don't like the work to do, or you are like deviance in your way, and you think, the people didn't need me, I don't have a roles on my life, and the people didn't work. I think they are so sad.
Yeah.
Because they don't have.
Lots of people are.
Yeah, they didn't have the sense of I'm part of community.
Yeah.
And I'm here, but what I do.
Lots of people ask that question, right? What is my purpose in this world? What is it that I contribute?
Yes.
It seems not to make any sense at all.
Exactly. There are a lot of people, they sometimes wake up. They follow the rules of the life because the dad or mom said, you need to do that. It's like, my husband, it was like that also. He follows the engineer, but in his body, it's not like me. I opened my school. I am manager now because it's like part of me. Because when I begin in the school, I was in school association of parents, and they didn't know about Montessori. They didn't know about the furniture. They didn't know, and they said, "Okay, Nadia, you are like a principal." I was for 24 years, and I have my colleague, English, we are two, French and English. Okay, you need to have a checklist of furniture, checklist of this. And I was like a principal, but I'm not the principal. Yeah. And for me, it was all the time like, okay, I follow the rules, but I know I can have a school by myself, but I didn't. You need to have self-confidence also to have your own company.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or my husband, it was different. My husband, he make engineer, but he knows inside, I want to be entrepreneur. I want to have my own company. But the parents, no, you need to be engineer. And he stopped at 35 years, and he followed HEC. Business school of HEC.
Yeah.
And now he opened his company of développement durable and crédit carbone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lovely company. He sells to.
Really interesting.
You can have a meeting with him also.
We'll do an interview with him too.
Yes, I think it's very, very. The process for him is very interesting also, but it's completely different of me. It's like all my life in Montessori, it's like that. It's okay. I follow the flow. It come off me, and okay, now I think it's okay. I work in 3 to 6. No, 6 to 12 is but I don't have money to follow the training. And, there's someone who said, Nadia, I would like to help you to follow the training for 6 to 12. I give you money and you follow the training of 6 to 12. Okay, and you know, all the time is like that on my life. It's like natural parts of my life. I am the president of Montessori France, and it's the same. I don't want to be a president of Montessori France there 3 years ago. And suddenly there's a problem in the association, and everybody said, no, Nadia, you have the experience, you have a school, you have a son with special needs, you have different things. We think you have the good voice to talk about Montessori.
Yeah.
And we say, okay, okay, but now it's my time, you know? It's just so strange because now I'm 50 and sometimes I say, why I'm open the school? I'm so tired. It's too much difficulties. All the time you need to manage teacher, you need to manage children, you need to manage parents. My God, because I say that sometimes to the parents, my school is for everybody, for all children, but sometimes it's not for all parents because we need to follow the same philosophy, to be in collaboration.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that because you follow a specific type of program, and how do you incorporate the parents in that? You need to make a lot of adjustments, I assume.
We have a lot of meeting to explain the process and to explain the philosophy, the materiel, and we have also the community of parents. It's not association of parents because I don't like that. But it's like we said amical of parents, and for each group, for each level, we have a representation of parents, and they talk together and they ask me for that or that. It's a real collaboration. And if there's some problem, I said to them, if you have some good news for school or good je cherche mon mot en français. Hein? A good
something good to share.
Yes, you can talk everybody. If you are a wrong opinion of school, come to see the direction, the principal. And but you know, for hand, for example, they are scheduled, and for weekend, because the weekend there are nobody here. There are schedule of parents to open for the hen, to give food to the hen, and the night to bring the pool on the poulailler and to close the poulailler. And you know, during the weekend, during the holidays, and that is very important because I said, okay, I bought hen and I prepare everything for the hen, but it's not my job to go every weekend to see. No. It's for your child. And we decide to have that all together because you asked me, oh, Nadia, it could be great if we could have that. I said, yes, and so agree with you. But I need help. I need your help. And it's all the time like that. There are a lot of communication. It's a big school now. We have 105 children.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But all the time I try to have this link like a family to say, okay, there are some parents who come in my office, I cry. Some parents because for children or because difficulties on the couple. And for me, it's very important to be a support for the family because family.
Just being a parent is not always easy.
Yes, and the consequences of the family, the consequences of the children, and for me, yes, it's like a family, and the parents know that I'm here for the children first, for my teacher, but also for them.
Yeah, it really sounds like a close community.
Yeah,
family community. Yeah. And everyone does their part, basically. So it even extends to the weekends where people come in, they take care of whatever it is that they take care of.
They have the kids box like Airbnb.
Oh, really?
Yes, we put that in secret parts, but the parents know there's a box, Airbnb box, to come here. They could come. They can come only in a garden. Huh? They can't go
No.
in the house. But yes, it's and that's Heidi. It's not me. It's my I have like a handyman at school, because we have really lovely community in the school also, with the teacher, with the handyman, with the cooker, because we have a chef who prepare every day the food for the children, and it's a lovely community. And he says that to me, Nadia, he says, how I can do by the keys? I need to ask the parents who live just near to give the keys. No, he said, no, put a box, key box. I said, oh, yes, that's a good idea. It's very independent during the holiday, every day, where they need.
Based on trust, of course, And do you have a concrete tip for people watching? I mean, I'm a parent myself. I'm about to get a second child. So we've been reading about this ideology of the Montessori school. But as a parent, I mean, in theory, it's all very easy. But in reality, you struggle with so many things. You will face many challenges, and kids tend to do not always what you want them to do. So there are a few examples that I can give, but do you have a concrete example that you can give, or a tip to parents? This is something that you can apply today to, I don't know, stimulate development or make it easier?
It's hard what you said, was to ask, because all children is different. And it's hard for me to say, okay, you need to do that, because I don't know the children, I don't know the parents, also how they work and where they live. But the point is to read Montessori, if they could, to have an idea of why my child do that. It's my child. You know, I follow the training to psychologie de l'enfant in a university before Montessori.
Psychology of the child.
Yes, psychology of the child before Montessori. But I didn't know the children before I studied Montessori, because the plan of development help to see what the children needs for each plan, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12. And it's about social skill, motor skill, emotional skill, and cognitive skill, and brain development, what they need. And that is, if they could, or also to be like part of Association Montessori France, because in Association Montessori France, we give some workshop for parents also. But if we don't have time, first is to observe the child before to do. Look what they want to do, and observe, and after, you can do. Because the children just to want to be like you, like human being. They want to follow you. It's part of human tendencies to imitation. It's for that we grow. Because we are all together. Language, for example. The children look at you like that. They say just that.
I try to mimic.
And suddenly they come blah, 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 because they saw that. And step by step, the brain, the sound of the letter, of the words, and they begin to talk. And if the children want to take a glass and to pour in the glass, because they love to it's play. From us, it's to play with water. Yes, it's play for them, but it's also to develop the motor skill. If they're not dangerous for them, look them and help them. But before help, look and observe. And if it's not dangerous, what's it? I love that. I love to observe the children to do, because it's just incredible what they can do by themselves. And if you observe, you can see, it's hard for him to do that. Okay, I leave him. But what I can give to help him to improve more. Because sometimes we give too much toys, but they didn't need that. sometimes they need.
Very
but
often they don't.
Which sort of play they need?
Yeah.
They need of play to develop your potentiality.
Yeah.
And if you don't put too much on the shelf, on the bedroom, change to have to develop the interest. Because if you have too much for the brain of the little one, if I talk about the 0 to 6, they need to have order. They need to have routine. They need to see for each. Try to have the space for that, the space for animals, and not all animals. We try to have the animals of farm, animals, like a classification, to have some activities for develop the hand, like Play-Doh, like pegs, like with some activities with pouring, because we know that they love that, and but not too much, because they need to develop the independence and to choose. If you are too much, how I can choose? It's very hard.
Yeah, adults struggle with the same problem, right? If you have too many choices, you just block out and very often don't do anything at all because it's too much.
Yeah, and language is very important. Sometimes the people think, oh, it's a baby, I can't say. You need to say everything for the children. Yeah. Because they learn about you.
Talk them through what you are doing.
Exactly. The action you do, the material you use, because they learn of you. We don't need to be afraid with vocabulary. Why you can say that it's glasses, that's a plant, a leaf. Why you can't say that it's ovoid? It's ovoid. In geometry, because you have a lot of material in geometry in classroom. And if I say, I don't know, a plug, some vocabulary you use, and but it's too young, it doesn't matter. No, because more you give the vocabulary. Look at me for my English. Oh, okay. My rules in my school is not to speak English to the children. Huh? It's to speak French, only French, and to speak with the parents in English. And I think almost parents understand me. And if it doesn't understand it, I need more help. I ask my English teacher to translate me.
But you're doing incredible, so don't worry at all.
It's my experience to talk about vocabulary. You need vocabulary to express yourself and to express your thinking. Yes. And for reading also, because for reading, when we begin to read, it's more easier when you read a word we have in your head. For example, ovoid. I don't know if you know what is ovoid. I have
no idea what it is.
It's in English. It's a solid. It's ovoid. It's like us. It's eggs. Right. Or ellipsoid is like a rugby ball. Ellipsoid. And if you have this word in the text to read, and you say lips, it's hard. But if you know ellipsoid, yes, I have the word in my head, and it's ellipsoid. It's more quickly. We learn to read quickly because you have the vocabulary in that head, and that is very important for the children to give the real vocabulary, but the vocabulary with a picture. For the little one, it's with the real. It's better for the children to see that is a glass, to look just a picture of glass. Because the picture of glass is not in 3D, and for the brain, they need to manipulate and to touch, to memorize also for the language.
I didn't know.
And yes, to give a lot of vocabulary and also the lovely sentence, not baby talk. There are a lot of people to talk like a baby talk. Na 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 na. Don papa. Don papa. You don't say don papa. Give Daisy. Say, peux-tu donner le verre à papa?
Yeah. Can you give the glass to daddy? Yeah.
Yes, it's a lovely sentence. Because, and for the little 0 to 6, it's absorb mind. They absorb everything. What you said. I have a story like that. I love to say that. When I was teacher for the 3 to 6, I have a song, and we sing all together. And suddenly I do that. because it was a song with the chest, you know, you know, in English, hey, children, is that, and it has the same in French. And suddenly I do that. I did that. And all children around me did that. It was so funny because it's the children, the little one. You do something, they do the same.
Yeah.
They want to do it's follow you. And it's for that, like a guide, like a parent, you can't be perfect. It's not possible. We are a human being and we try. But try to follow the rhythm of the child. So all the time we saw the children running, go fast, because all the time we say that what? Dépêche-toi, quickly, quickly. Sometimes I hear me in my when I say that to my son, say, oh, Nadia, stop to say that, because it goes too much fast. But you say all the time that to him. Go quickly, quickly. We are late. Quickly. No, you need to thinking about. Okay, if we take more time, we need to wake up earlier because he needs time and to develop his by himself. Also, if you know at school he begin to learn to have a scratch of shoes or to begin to put the pants by himself. You need to have the children to do by themselves, but we need time. The time for the children is not the same time of the parents, and I say that to the parents also. We work a lot. And we need to work.
Yeah.
But try to give the good time. Important is not to have a lot of time with your child or your children, but to have a good time without phone, without tablet, without nothing, no screen. 0 to 6, no screen. 6 to 12, little bit, no iPhone, not phone. No. That is very important, the screen, because the language we know now for the development of language is that it's just horrible. There are more and more children who didn't speak because too much screen. And yes, take time with the children. If we don't have a lot of time, doesn't care. Now it's
make it worth,
but a good,
make it good, yeah.
Good time, and do with good reading, cooking, the simple thing of life. We don't need to go skiing every week or to go this or this, because all the time we want to do and to go. Because we're afraid of what? Of the empty? No, empty is good. It's good for thinking, for the children also to do by themselves in the bedroom to do and to have the imagination to do, and not just to if you leave the children to do by themselves with the toys or environment is good. It can develop the imagination. If all the time you have the planning every week, we need to do that, and breath. We don't breathe. The children is more and more stressful.
Yeah,
and the human being is more and more stressful because.
And the more stressed you are as a parent, they will kind of copy that behavior as well, and that feeling of.
And because you hear also a neighbor, my children, my child do dance, do theater, do that during the weekend. They are playing like a minister. Stop. They work too much. They do too much things. Just take time. Just to be peaceful all together.
Yeah.
They need that.
That is wonderful advice. It's great advice, I think. I'm not an expert and a young parent still, but we kind of try to do that as well with our son. I've definitely already learned a lot of things that I will probably start applying. But I've always had that I just did not want to wake up at a certain time, for example, waking up by my alarm clock. And this story might take a little bit of a detour, but I created a life that I'm very happy about, where I just wake up when I want to. And it may sound like I'm very not responsible, irresponsible or something like that, but ultimately you will wake up relatively early and you get very excited about the day. So you are awake very early, but it's not, how'd you say that? I don't know. It feels that it is my choice to do that and continue working on certain things. And we.
How old is
Sorry.
your son? How is?
Yeah, so he is now. I have to say it correctly, but 1.5 years. So I've kind of tried to apply the same logic to him. So I try to observe what he does and especially why he does it. So if he screams for whatever it is for a reason, because he wants my attention, because I'm busy with something else, or he wants to grab something, wants to learn something, he can't do whatever it is. So it's really fascinating to hear your philosophy about that and the theory behind it, because if you look at what feels natural, you can only conclude the same as what you guys teach here. So it's really inspiring. It's really, really interesting.
Thank you. No, it's yes. Like I say that to the teacher sometimes, because sometimes it's more hard. It's more hard to be a parent, to be a teacher, and for me also. For me to be a teacher is just easier, but to be a parent, because to be a parent, you all the time you have you wear the culpability of your child. If he didn't do that or didn't do that, will do that, and it's not a good way. And I said to the parents, you are just parents. You learn with your child. You learn to be a parent. We don't know. You don't have a book to say you need to follow that to be a good parent. It's you learn in the same time you have your child, and each child is different, and that is for me the more important. For the parents is just to say, okay, I have some knowledge about your children, about the development of the children, but my child is like that. How? Why? And we try to follow him and to observe him and to and if we need help, because sometimes we need help. It's not, I'm not a good mom or I'm not a good dad. No, sometimes we need help because we don't know. And for some age, it's different. At 2.5, sometimes the children are 4 years old. And at 7 also, there are some steps of behaviors change. And you don't understand why, because it's change of development. And sometimes we don't have the answer, and it's good to can talk with other parents or other people who has more experience, or and to, because but you need to have help, but you need, I think, to follow our feeling, because sometimes when you saw something, and particularly in the website or in the YouTube, you have this part of philosophy, and another people say another thing, and another thing, and another. Like parents, you could be crazy, because there are too much information, and we don't know really what is a good way for our children. All the time I said to the parent, try to be in confidence of you, of your what you see, and if you see something, and try to talk and to have some exchange.
Because and your upbringing is a huge influence, of course, right? So if you see, for example, if there was domestic violence in a household, you will very often see that the children that grew up with that very hostile environment, they tend to copy that behavior as well, and they know it's wrong. But it's what they follow what they've learned. So it's a vicious cycle, which is not good.
All the time we say, don't running, but you run. Don't cry, don't fight, but you fight. Don't shout, but you shout. It's all the time. It's what I said. The first thing, we are the guide. Like parents, we are the guide. Like a teacher, the imitation of the adult is so important for the children. And but we can't be perfect. That is very important for the parent to think that we can't be perfect. You can't be perfect, because if we want to be perfect, we make a lot of pressure for the children.
Yes.
Also, it's a balance.
It's okay not to be perfect.
Exactly. And we learn. We learn like in job. It's a new job. And the part's very difficult, like a parent. It's emotional.
Yeah.
Its own baby, its own child. And you have so responsibility for human being also. And it's a hard job.
It is. But I think you very often see that with the differences, for example, between mothers and fathers. I'm not saying that the one is right and one is wrong, but it's very good that you have a mother and a father, because you need that balance. You need more rationality from the father side, generally speaking. I'm not saying that mothers are not, but they tend to act a little bit more emotionally when it comes to their own child. So it's good to have that balance and to listen to what's important.
And to talk together.
And talk together.
Because
communication.
Not end it against, but say, okay, we have a family and we have the rules. And we need to follow the same rules also. Sometimes it's hard because what you said, the father, it's more, I don't think so, but it depends of them.
Depends on the person.
But to have a communication, so okay, what it's how we can build our community like family. What is good for you? Because you, like a parent, you come with your experience like a child. It's a little child inside, and you have behind sometimes the don't lovely good way, and sometimes, and it's very important for me, when you have a child to be clear with your past, because there are some trouble, and also like a couple to talk and say, okay, for me that is very important. Yes, but for me, okay, we can check and to see and to have the same rules all together. For me, it's very important the children go to sleep at this time. And for you, yes, but tomorrow is not school. He can go at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. because no school tomorrow. Yes, but for me, it's very important to have the same routine, because because you can talk with the partners. But that is very important, because if they touch the
you need to be on the same page.
Yes, and because the children is very intelligent. If you say no, mommy, no, it's the mommy, no, daddy, no, it's
they will play you out against each other.
He knows who say yes and who say no. Or you say no, okay. The freedom of the children is not to give everything. It's not to say, okay, you want a candy? It's 8 p.m. and you want a candy because I didn't give you the candy, you make a cry. Okay, I give you a candy. No, you are the parents. You know what is good or not for your children. But you can negotiate, because for the little one to say no is like bomb in the brain. You know that. And if you say, okay, you want a candy now, I understand, because at 2.5. You talk to me later. It's okay, I can understand you want that. But if you begin to explain too much, they don't have reason in mind. If you say, it's time to na, he look at you.
The brain works differently as well, right? So when you're younger, it's not the same logic as an adult.
Because it's not ready. It's we said in psychology, it's the cortex prefrontal here is not. It's immature. It's not finished, and it's for that. It's like a security of human being to say no, and it's defense. And if you say no, he knows you say no. He can say no now because he's more grown and he wants to be in front of you because he wants to be like you. And if you begin to have too much explanation with the children, he can't hear because it's too much. But if you say him, okay, you want a candy, I can understand. You can eat, and later because later they didn't know really.
They forget.
Is that
But I cannot comprehend the idea of later.
because the term for the children no is like he can't hear no, he can't. It's like him for yes say. But if you go like you give the frustration, but to help to have the frustration to say, yes, I know you want that, I understand, but you do that after your lunch or after your dinner, because now it's time to dinner. You know, look, I put here, and it's for you before, later. You know, the child could be more calm to say, no, it's not time to you. Or and the difficulty for the parents almost is saying, okay, I give you because you make a cry. But if we make a cry one time, it was hard for you. For me, it's my heart. It's oh my baby, what? But it's help the children to have the routine, to have the structure of the mind, to have to adapt and to grow the frustration. If all the time you give what they want, they can't learn about the frustration. But we need to guide and to give another choice to be less frustration.
Yeah.
But if you say, okay, I give because I don't want a cry. After it begins to make a cry at school, because he wants, when they are a community of the children, he wants that now. But there are other children who have the same material, because in Montessori we have one material for all classroom. We have a lot of material, but if I want, for example, we have a material who say take care of the plant. We have a plate with the material to take care of the plant, and it's my work. We can't take my work. You need to wait. You need to take another material. You know, that's a frustration also for the children to develop the social skill. But at home, it's very important to have the children to have the frustration and to be here to have the frustration. J'ai pas le mot en anglais. To l'accompagner.
Accompanying.
To
help them, to guide them.
Yeah, to, you know, not just say no, but to help them to have another choice, and to say, but we know the first time to do that, it's a crisis. We know that because it's a part of the process.
Change behavior.
Exactly, it's a part of the process. And all the time I say that to the parent. The children, when they cry, is not to be just. If it's not endangered, it's just because he wants a candy and he make a request. For me, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's my part of my job to give the limits and to give what is good, what is not good for him, and or for him, because I have a son, but for them, you know, we can't just say
you teach the wrong. How do you say that? If you give it to them after screaming, for example, you teach the wrong thing, right? Because if I scream, then I get. So if I don't get it, I'll just start screaming.
Okay, during the when you are the supermarket or in front of everybody on the floor. For me, it's not a problem. Sometimes because it's very hard for me when I saw the children and parents under the sea. And sometimes I go to see and I talk to the children. I try to talk to them because I saw the parent. Oh no, please, we come, house, please. I say, okay, perhaps if I talk a little bit with the parent, with the children, with the child, it's more easier. Sometimes no. Sometimes the children like me and they don't want to talk to me. And I said to the parent, I think you need just to leave him alone 5 minutes and you come back, because the children is not stupid. You don't stay here during the 10 days.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And you can do a lot with attention, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't give attention to it, they will very quickly get over it.
Yeah. Sometimes we say it's important to don't take care of the behavior. We need to take care of the child, but we don't take care of the behavior. Because if you give too much, what you said, and you say, it continues. Okay, if we, okay, you can do your cries. I'm here. I understand you are not happy, but I'm here and
yeah, I see that. I mean, it starts at a very young age, right? With children when they use things to get what they want. And yeah, no, this is very relatable. We have how do you call that, like a fence in the living room, so it's the kitchen and the living room are separated with us, and very often he wants certain things, but then I just explain to him that is something that we don't do because it's dangerous and all that, and when he does it anyways, he gets a sort of timeout basically, so I put him in the living room, just close the gate, and then just continue doing what I'm doing, and then he starts screaming. And usually it's 30 seconds later, he's just playing around. He completely forgot about what happens and it's just fine. Just don't pay attention to it. But I'm not an expert, but that feels natural. What you said is, you know, you are there as a parent to guide them. You have the experience in a lot of cases, such as what is dangerous and what is not. And it's your responsibility, right, as a parent, to make sure that the child is safe, that they grow up in a safe environment, and they get all the things that they need.
And to have some
that is different from what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And we need to adapt the environment for them, because he wants to be independent. He wants to do like you, to have a little glasses. It's that Montessori. Montessori, it's she adapts everything for the children to have the same like you, but in little. You know, because they want to cut. They want to pouring. They want, and then they need to have the glass the same, the size, not heavy, and with the little a knife and the little, you know. And you need to learn him to do by themselves. We need to learn them. They need to, because they want for, and we for fruits, for example, for vegetable, to cut the banana, to get, you know, and they love cooking with you. They love washing also. They love cleaning. And for little one, they love to use all body. Because why they love to use all body is because it's a motor skill. They develop motor skill, and they need to develop motor skill. It's and they take some heavy package. My son, the first time I saw him with the bottle, 6 bottles of water when he was child. One night, what is going on? It's going on with her. He can't. He was so proud to say a little bit, and it take 1 hour to go the entrance until the kitchen. But it was just amazing to see that. So, oh my God, I said, okay. And so cute. It's just so cute, because I know for him it's I am wrong. I have my mom, you know.
It's a massive achievement for them.
And now he's growing, and all the time I say, oh, you know, Gabriel, I have backache. Could you take my bag in my bedroom, my school bag? Yes, mommy. And he's so proud, because I asked him to help me, and I think, yes, like you need to find to think the children like a human being, and like in collaboration with us, and not it's a baby. Yes, it's a baby. Yes, they need adaptation of their environment, adaptation of everything we have, language, but it's a human being. He wants to grow, and for that you need to help them to grow and to give a lot of opportunities to do by themselves, and to have a lot of love, because that's the base of all. It's to give love and to. But love, not too much freedom. You know, it's
need boundaries.
Yes, it's freedom, a very exactly
within boundaries,
and to show and that it's a present for me, like for Montessori philosophy. It's she give me the new eyes to see the children. It's just fabulous to see the child like our future, like a human being, and you know he has everything in his body, in his head, but in his head, in his us, and he needs to have everything we can to help him to grow, and that is for me the present I find in Montessori, and I
That must
never
be
saw
incredibly
that.
rewarding.
Yeah, I never saw that before, and I never saw that in other philosophy or pedagogy. Or no, I study a lot of pedagogue, like Steiner, De Crowley, Freinet, but the help for parents or for teacher, for human being, to see the children really what it is. You need to. We have. It's great to have that in my hand, and for my school, it's time to go outside.
Well, I think we've covered a lot, and it has been very inspiring. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you.
It's really interesting to hear about the philosophy. I'm definitely gonna study a little bit more about this and see where the nearest Montessori school is near us. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
And well, Nice is a little bit far for us, but we might have an interview with you later.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.